Why should we watch Ex Machina, 2014? The film is about a programmer who works for a large company. The creator of the company, also a programmer and engineer, whom no one knows, chooses the main character as one of the best employees and invites him to his mansion on an island closed to other people. There, the main character learns that the head of the company has created the first robots with artificial intelligence. The task of the invited guest is to perform a Turing test with the robot, an empirical test whose idea was proposed by Alan Turing in an article, Computing Machines and the Mind, published in 1950 in the philosophical journal Mind, the aim of which is to solve the question of whether a machine can think. This movie, by the way, is not produced in the United States, not in Hollywood, but in Great Britain. Its budget is very small, even by the standards of 2014, always $13 million. Nevertheless, the film has collected almost 3 times as much money at the box office, almost $37 million. This film won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, do you get it? The $13 million film won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. It received positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a 92% rating based on 284 reviews, with an average score of 8.1 out of 10. On Metacritic, the film has a score of 78 out of 100 based on 42 reviews from critics, which corresponds to a mostly positive reviews status. In 2019, I watched this movie for the first time. Before that, I didn't know about it and hadn't heard about it. Then suddenly I saw an explanation of the meaning of Annihilation, 2018, by Alex Garland on YouTube, and made the decision to watch this movie. And oh my gosh, had a real cinematic pleasure with Annihilation and wanted to watch something else like this movie. After researching information about who made this movie, I began to familiarize myself with the work of one of the most underrated directors of our time, Alex Garland. Analyzed information about his work to find something similar to Annihilation. As of 2019, the director had only one more or less normal work so far, Ex Machina, 2014. So 2019. After watching Annihilation, I sit down to watch Ex Machina. To say that the film impressed me is nothing to say. It was a period when I was just beginning to get acquainted with the art house genre, which meant that I was usually watching boring movies with deep meaning. And how glad I was that this movie gave me hope as a young movie buff. This movie can absolutely be recommended for viewing for a number of important reasons. First, it is a Category A film, so the viewer need not worry about the quality and content of this movie. Secondly, this is an Alex Garland picture. Alex Garland is very talented and has his own vision of the picture. He orchestrated the production of this film flawlessly. All the shots are full of details, references. The camera work is also admirable. Third is the acting. Domhnall Gleeson, you may know him from Boyfriend from the Future, and Oscar Isaac, who has been working his way up in his acting career lately. You may remember him from his role as the head of the Atreides house in Villeneuve's Dune play here. Each of them conveys the character's experiences quite convincingly. Special mention should also be made of the actresses playing the robots. Since all of their bodies were covered in chroma key, and only their faces were visible, they played only their own facial expressions. Even an AI robot with stale emotions has its own facial expressions, and they conveyed this quite successfully. Fourth, the film is brilliant in its hidden meaning. There is a Jewish vision of creation called Kabbalah. It appeared in the 12th century, and modern films very often show this myth in the plot. For example, Mama, 2017, by Darren Aronofsky. The meaning of the myth is as follows. There is some supreme deity who created the entire universe, and there is also a god, the Demiurge, who with Mary, mother and wife at the same time, is trapped on earth and can only create on it. This god is called evil because he torments people and makes them suffer. At the same time, he is vain. He likes to be praised. And so it is believed that Ex Machina, 2014, is also a translation of this story. The head of the company, analogous to the Demiurge, lives in his mansion, analogous to Earth, with Maria, a female robot with AI, and he is evaluated as a negative character by the director in the course of the film. The head of the company is engaged in creation. He creates robots, human beings according to the Kabbalah. The main character, the programmer, represents Adam, while the female robot Ava represents Eve. Fifth, one of the main reasons this movie is cool is its soundtracks. They are quite disturbing and create the kind of suspense and oppressive atmosphere that some thrillers can dream of. Speaking of which, the reason for recording this video is that in one scene of the movie, the oppressive soundtrack cuts off, and the characters start dancing to the song Get Down Saturday Night by Oliver Cheatham. The title will be in the description. Such incisive, ingenious, and creative moments affect the viewer very positively and form a good final opinion of the movie. Thus, Alex Garland's Ex Machina, 2014, is recommended for viewing. You won't regret it.